Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm delighted today to be able to show you around a lovely flat in the heart of Marylebone, which is very special to me because the clients first came to us from abroad as they were visiting the UK for business and for seeing family, and it was a bit of a pain to constantly stay in hotels. So they came to us in order to work on giving them a luxury home that's a lock up and go that makes the most out of the small space. But that's actually really difficult, and it's one of the hardest briefs to create a beautiful space that's functional when it's so small, and also ensure that it's easy to keep so you can just lock the door and go. So first of all, we looked at the space as it was, and actually it was very tricky. The kitchen was tucked away in the center of the property with one window, no natural light whatsoever. So the first decision was actually to take that wall out and take out one of the side bedrooms and make the front of the house where all the natural light was beaming in and make that the main hub of the house. And now you've got your kitchen with an open plan living space going into then the chill out area with the TV, and being able to make sure that we've made the most out of that more contemporary and open plan look, which was far better. And in here we can make use of the herringbone floor, marble, a fireplace, and just have all of these luxury finishes in one space so it feels grand, but still making use out of the function. So we chose very selectively with the finishes. We have got marble running throughout, which seems to be quite a staple in most of our designs, but it is luxury and it's beautiful. And what we try to do is choose marble that tells a story. So the depth of the marble is beautiful, but it's still pale, it's still light. So what that does is it means that you have a grandeur to it without it being overwhelming, because the pale features within it don't take over the space whatsoever, but they bring beauty and character, and that's fabulous. Then we've paired it with oak, which is always a staple for us, and you've got oak herringbone floor which run throughout, which is coherent, and then we've done bookcases either side because in the client's brief they love to read, so you've got to make sure you have books. So we've done it in a stylized way where it looks like a piece of art in itself. So the bookshelves actually float either side of the TV, which is so special because you can't see the fixtures, you can't see the fittings. So when you go into the kitchen, we've used the same marble as we've used in the living room. So what you'll see here is the living room and kitchen are open plan space. They have to tell the same story, otherwise you've got a disconnect. So we've got one end of the house that's punctuated with this marble and the other end. Now bearing in mind, when I say one end of the house to the other, it's a tiny flat. So we're just making sure that actually those two ends of that property talk the same story, and it's beautiful. It works. And then you've got your dining table in the middle that also has a similar marble. It's not the same because obviously when you buy marble, they come in such big slabs. To then have any extra would mean you'd have to go into another slab. So we've been very clever with how we purchased, and we chose a complementary marble dining table, and it's beautiful. I've also made sure we've put in lovely linens. So the sofa's in an Andrew Martin linen. Andrew Martin's one of my favorites to go to purchase because their linens are practical, they clean up if you spill, but they've got a lovely warm weave to them. So I'm feeling it now, it's very soft, it's lovely. The bathroom is a great opportunity for us to be creative because, again, with small spaces, you don't want to overwhelm it at all, but equally you want to make sure that you're being creative with it, so you're making a play on that small space. So what we did is we decided to be super creative, and the clients loved marble. So we've put in marble, but we've actually redid the stone and fluted it. So it's completely and utterly bespoke to this bathroom, but it's a wow factor. We've then punctuated it with this gorgeous gold pendant that hangs from the ceiling, and that's just anchoring that corner, which is a bit of wasted space. We had no choice but to put the sink and the toilet on the same wall, so we've made it a feature. So what you'll see is how the sink then hangs on the same wall, but we've mixed the stone up in order to create this creative look where you've got the black versus the white. Very cool, very contemporary, and actually will stand the test of time, which is also really important. You'll also see in the shower we've put in a little alcove, and in the alcoves you've got glass shelves, so they're practical, but then they're lit up. So again, it's warm and inviting when you come through the door. So all the decisions are very sleek. They've been decided to make sure that when you walk into that small space, it doesn't overwhelm you with all these different finishes that can be quite overwhelming when you walk in. We've made sure that it's calm, but it's fun, and that's really important. We had so much fun designing it. We also reconfigured the layout in order to give a bedroom that could fit a king-size bed, which was very important for the clients, and then a dressing room. And the dressing room has got sliding doors which are reeded. So when they're lying in bed, if they have the doors open, their wardrobe is lit up and it's just fab. When it's closed, it's just a reeded finish and it looks just as fabulous. This project really shows what can be achieved with a small footprint. It can be one of the hardest challenges, but actually with thoughtful design processes, clever layouts, and just not being afraid to make bold decisions while being mindful of the property's character and making the most out of them, you can create anything. So in here, I thought it'd be nice to be able to show you what we created with the kitchen. So our clients actually don't cook, which is absolutely fine, but they needed to be able to cook if they wanted to. So we've made sure that it's white and it's fresh. We've used this lovely reeded wood, which is a beautiful addition for the warmth, which you really do need, even in a small space, to make sure you get the warmth coming through. We've got this lovely fresh white finish on the front, but then it's accentuated with this lovely marble because the depth of the marble is natural and real. So you'll see the lovely green tone sliding through the stone. We've then used lighting to light up the shelves, and lighting's really important in a small space to make it feel homely and inviting when you come in, and also quite stylized. We've been practical because obviously you've not got much space here at all. The kitchen needed to be the smallest part of this open plan living space because it's the space they actually do the least work in, let's say, or use it the least. But we have put wine storage above. It's not kitted out yet, so come on, clients, get in there and kit your wine out. But it does need wine in there, and that's fabulous because it gives you extra storage, but actually it's a design feature. It looks really beautiful. You've then got the dining space here, so it's not far if you are, whether it's a takeaway or you're cooking. It's quite lovely to be able to just turn around and serve it onto the table. So we've thought about the proximity of the space and how it flows. So it's a round dining table, which is lovely and inviting because if you come into a harsh square or rectangle, that's not easy in a small space. But being round, it's quite inviting, it's soft, and you've got 4 seats, so you can entertain if you want to. Obviously, we're on lower numbers in the space that we've got, but it's fantastic and functional. Then we've got over here this lovely sideboard, which is actually quite artistic itself. So it's formed again with the soft curves. Being a small space again, do not go in for these angles. Try and go in with the softness because you want it to be homely and you want to be able to transition yourself around with nothing blocking you. We've then obviously punctuated it with beautiful art, so you're bringing your colour in, but it's still light using marble, beautiful marble lamps again. Again, these are fluted themselves, so they tell a story, and I think every little piece, you can't have too much in a small space, but what you can do is choose wisely with the pieces you put in, and these are just beautiful with their elegance. Everything we've tried to put into the house is elegant, even coming down to then the light above. The client wanted to be able to have round lights, so going with a round dining table, it worked with the round lights, and it's beautiful. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you've got any queries of anything that you're struggling with at home or anything out of these features that you've seen today, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below or send us an email.